Good morning, Malaika here with Doggone Amazing. Hey, I just wanted to chat with you about summer coming up and 4th of July in particular. It's a real hard time for dogs. They get very scared and they will run for their lives. Even the best dogs I've seen, the best trained dogs I've seen, it scares them. And dogs are dogs and they will always have that fight or flight nature. And if they think their life is being threatened, they will run. That's it. Simply run. Doesn't matter how good a recall you have. Doesn't matter if you have treats or e-collars or leashes even, they will run. So I have a couple suggestions. At Doggone Amazing, we're a real big fan of this company's CBD. This is CBD Dog Health, and you can go to cbddoghealth.com and buy it online. It's only online. This is fantastic stuff. This is for calm. It's for stress and anxiety and fear. This is the one I recommend. There's another one called Ease that we use for aches and pains. Really, it's the same CBD. It's just they add a couple of different essential oils in there. And some dogs don't really like the taste, but I just put it in my dog's mouth. I put it in their lip, in their mouth and their lip. Do not put it on their food. It's supposed to be put into their mouth and digested through like their blood and their saliva right away. So if you put it on their food, they might not eat it because sometimes this doesn't taste great with the essential oils, but it doesn't get absorbed as fast. So we really like our CBD at Doggone Amazing. 4th of July is a weird time when it's in the middle of the week. You could have fireworks go off all week and random times, and you just never can predict it. So I know people say, I've tried CBD before. Well, here's the thing with CBD. If you get it at your local dispensary, I'm sorry, but it's not the high quality stuff. You need to get it either from a local pet store or a local pet store like Natural Paws. I know they have really good stuff there in South Reno, or online. This is all this company does is make CBD for dogs. So it's good stuff. So look into that. You could also chat with your vet about maybe some pharmaceuticals. I'm personally not a big fan of that, but if you need to do that one night a year to keep your dog from eating its way out of the house and having some serious potential dangers, then go for it. Trazodone is probably the one thing that they would recommend. I think it's probably the safest. Again, they're going to probably want to run blood tests and stuff if you've never put your dog on it, but just discuss that with your vet. I'm not a vet, but the one thing I will tell you from professional experience is if your dog is highly sedated on drugs, pharmaceutical drugs, prescribed drugs, their inhibition goes way down. Good thing in the moment, but know that your dog might have some weird behaviors that you've never seen before. Like if you pet it and it gets startled, it will actually bite. Like it doesn't have the mental capacity to just say, this is a bad decision at the moment. It's just gonna do what it feels it needs to do in that moment. And if it's scared shitless of fireworks and you're trying to soothe it with pets, it might not like that. So just I caution you there. Your dog has zero inhibition when it's highly drugged. So be cautious there. I've had to do that with one of my dogs, my Malinois. Man, she just couldn't function. So I would give her Trazodone and I would put her in a crate in the closet. And I just left her there and she didn't love it, but she was calm and safe. And that was the most important thing for me. So the other thing is don't take your dogs out with you. I know I have a lot of people I've heard, or clients or friends that are camping and they're in a tent and they don't have a spot for their dog. If you absolutely have to have your dog with you during the fireworks, you need to put like 3 minimum leashes on them. And here's what I would recommend. If you have a prong collar or a martingale or whatever training tool you use, slip lead, I can't think of the choke chain. I don't care what it is, but put that on and make sure that is locked down. So your prong collar should be good and snug and tight and put on properly with the leash attached. Then I would potentially hook another leash to the flat collar and you tighten that flat collar, man, it cannot slip off over their head. And then you can also put like a slip lead. I love slip leads, and you can, if you have a good slip lead, you have a little locking mechanism so it can't just loosen and fall off over their head. So I would put those 3 things on, so you have 3 leashes. And you can also attach all of those. So you could get like a carabiner and attach the prong collar to the flat collar buckle. So it's just on the neck, but if the prong collar comes off or slips out of the flat collar, you're still all attached. Does that make sense? So again, we've shown pictures of that on our website. We do that a lot with any aggressive dogs, or a lot of dogs that we work with the prong collar will have a safety hook to the flat collar. So if the prong collar isn't put on correctly, or for some reason it comes off, you're still attached to your dog. But if you have to have your dog out, you should have at least 2 or 3 leashes on, and you better have someone super, super strong and paying attention to your dog holding that leash, because it might not matter how many leashes you have on. If that dog wants to pull away because it thinks it's being killed by fireworks, it will drag you down. It will drag you down. Dogs can pull a minimum of 3 times their body weight. So a 50-pound dog is going to pull a 200-person down. So have some help with that. I've even had clients have one person hold a leash and another person hold 2 leashes. So just really, really, really be cautious. Just know that your dog is very, very scared at this time of year, and do everything you can to keep them safe. Lock them in the house. If you are camping in a trailer, lock them in a crate, and don't let them out until it's way over and you can put them on leash, and then you can take them out safely. But please know that this is kind of a scary time for the dogs, and you got to just do the best you can. I really like this CBD. I think it's really good stuff. It really helps. I would start it, if you've never done CBD, start it at least the week before. I think it needs to kind of build up in their system a little bit. And then that day you can give them a lot. So one nice thing about CBD, you really can't really overdo it. I mean, I guess you could, just be cautious, but it'll either work, it won't. I use it on my dogs regularly. So cbddoghealth.com, cbddoghealth.com, or go to your local stores. I know they have some good stuff there, but don't just go to the dispensaries, please. So be safe, be careful, keep your dog safe during fireworks. It's a very scary time. And I hope you guys have a fabulous 4th of July.